What's next with the big, beautiful bill that has been approved in the House of Representatives? How does it survive the Senate with such a small majority, especially when we already have senators that are saying they're not going to support it? Let me give you the breakdown. You may want to share this with all your MAGA friends. There's a lot of misinformation out there that we want to clear up for you tonight. First of all, you need to know about the BYRD bath, as it's referred to in the Senate. I want to explain it all to you so that you can fully understand everything that's about to go down. The big, beautiful bill came out of the House, heading into the belly of the beast, which is the United States Senate. And after countless messages from patriots asking the same question, can this monster bill actually pass? Yes, it can. Don't be alarmed by the senators that you're hearing from that say they're not going to support it. That, my friend, is the way the game works. That is scare tactics. That's leverage they will use in negotiations with President Trump. Let me walk you through it step by step. This bill is our only chance to get it right. This bill is President Trump's MAGA manifesto. This is his complete America First agenda in one bill that is 1,000+ pages. Literally, big, beautiful bill, okay? It tackles several problems: border security funding, welfare reform, tax cuts for working families, defunding the Biden-era bureaucracies, repealing the ESG mandates, pro-growth economic policy. All of that is crammed into this big, beautiful bill. Now the senators have to begin scrubbing this literally big bill. The parliamentarian of the Senate will be the most important person in the next stage of where we're going. All of the America First agenda is in this bill, wrapped in literally a single package. Now, thanks to the budget reconciliation process, it only requires 51 Senate votes to pass, rather than the normal 6, okay? That's the good news. And normally, you need 60 votes, but not with the budget reconciliation process. Why? Because budget is so important to running the nation that all we need is a simple majority for anything dealing with the budget. Now, that's the good news, but here is the obstacle. The obstacle is called the BYRD bath, BYRD, okay? Now, it was named after Senator Byrd. And here's what it says. It says that the Senate cannot just pass any bill through reconciliation. In other words, you can't just pass anything you want to on those 51 votes. It must be budget related strictly, or it has to go through the regular process of 60 votes instead of 51. The Senate devised this plan to deal with emergency budget issues that sometimes would never get passed if it needed 60 votes, okay? Now, it's a bizarre and tedious filter known as the Byrd Rule, named after the late Democrat Senator Robert Byrd. This week, Senate Republicans, starting today, are going to give this big, beautiful bill the BYRD bath. What does that mean? They're going to scrub it, every provision, to ensure that it complies with the BYRD bath rule. And what is the bird bath rule? It must be related to the budget. Every item, or it does not get to go through reconciliation. The Byrd rule says any provision in a reconciliation bill must directly affect federal spending or taxation. If it does not, that part of the bill has to get pulled out or the whole bill gets rejected. Okay? Here's an example. You may remember the Democrats tried to sneak an amnesty bill for illegal aliens into their reconciliation bill, but the Senate parliamentarian blocked it. It did not pass the Byrd rule because amnesty is a massive policy change, not a direct budget item. So it was kicked out. Think about it like this. The House of Representatives has a much easier job. They don't have to go through the Byrd bath. They can throw anything they want to into that bill and pass it. They get to walk through a garage door, whereas in the Senate, they have to squeeze through a window in the garage. It's a much tighter process. It's not fair, but it is the rule, and it means basically every word of Trump's big, beautiful bill has to be what? Budget related, or it will die in the Senate. Now, whose job is it to make sure it does not die in the Senate? These Republican senators. I know some of them have already said we're not going to support it. You don't understand the process. They must say that because any item in this bill that needs to be negotiated to pass the Byrd rule, these senators are going to be able to call Donald Trump, negotiate it because they have already opposed it. It gives them negotiating power. As of today, the GOP holds 53 seats in the United States. That's a narrow majority, but it is workable. Unity is not guaranteed. Several Republican senators like Rand Paul, Ron Johnson are fiscal hawks. They want more cut and less spending. And guess what? They're probably going to get it. Why? We've got to have their vote. They are in a powerful bargaining position. And to be honest with you, I like it because I would love to see even more cuts to our federal spending. Now, what about all your other Republican senators? Yes, even Lisa Murkowski, even Susan Collins, even Lindsey Graham. All these people are what we refer to as establishment Republicans. They fear voter backlash. Rand Paul does it. Ron Johnson does it. But these others, they fear voter backlash because they are company people. That means President Trump and Senate leadership are blowing the phones up night and day. Even though you hear Mitch McConnell say he's not going to support it, that's not true. What they're telling President Trump, answer the phone, we've got work to do. They're going to have to rewrite some language if it's not worded correctly to pass the parliamentarian. They're going to get updates from the Senate parliamentarian that's going to tell them this will not fly. They're going to call President Trump. President Trump is very aware of the Byrd rule. And listen, we get one shot at this, one. If we fumble this now, we may not get another chance to get it right. So here's what you can do. You, the people. Professor Toto is the watchman of we the people. Here's what we can do. Number one, we make noise. We let our senators know that we support the big, beautiful bill. It is time for your senator to hear from you. I need you to locate your senator's phone number and call today. You're probably going to get a voicemail. That's all right. Leave your message. My name is so-and-so. I voted for you twice. Whether I vote for you again or not will depend on your vote on the big, beautiful bill. You represent me. Please vote in favor of the bill. Call, then send an email. I support the big, beautiful bill. Next, find the next town hall with your senator. Go to their website, find the town hall, show up, make noise. Remind them this is the people's agenda. This is what we voted for, not the lobbyist. We want to reopen American energy. We want to rein in government overreach. We want to restore law and order. We want to put America first again. Because, my friends, this is not just about policy. It's about procedure. That's where we are now. We're in the procedural part of this. Donald Trump knows the rules. He's been through the ringer before. He understands that the bird bath is not just a nuisance. It is a make or break phase of this legislation. That's why he's in constant contact with Senate leaders to ensure that everything checks out and nothing gets thrown out. If we win this process, we will win the bill. And if we win the bill, we win the future. Thank you for watching. Good night.